So to help us understand a peer-to-peer fundraising program and figure out what's working and what needs improvement, we use a framework that we call the 7 success factors. And it's really just a way of helping us parse out a program. Now, it's not supposed to be the be-all and the end-all. It's supposed to be a framework, meaning that it oversimplifies some things. But in our experience, these 7 components are pretty much the big ingredients that you need to be successful. There might be some other seasoning that you need to throw in there, but these are the big things. It's 7 things. Strategy, where are we going? Audience, what's the target for this? Ask, what do we want the audience to do? Experience, what kind of program are we giving? Service, how do we support the audience through the program? Data, what are we measuring and how are we collecting that? And then right in the middle, leadership. What's the management system and the value system around the whole program? The third success factor is the ask, and the ask is where all the action happens. This is where we connect the constituents that we've identified with the change in the world that we're trying to create. And so we spend a lot of time on the ask. Now, the ask is key to any fundraising program, but in peer-to-peer, it's actually even more key because there's a few different layers of the ask. The first is we have to ask our constituents to be part of the program. Whether it's a digital campaign, whether it's an event, we have to ask them to come. But in most fundraising programs, that's where we stop. In peer-to-peer, that's where we just get started. Because once the constituents come, remember, in peer-to-peer, we're asking them to ask their friends to donate. So whether it's asking their friends to come to a gala, to come to a golf tournament, to support them on their walk, to help them raise money for their independent fundraising event, whatever it is, we have to not just ask for constituents, we have to train those constituents on how to ask their friends. So that's the second ask. There's actually a third ask, because then once they ask their friends, that friend becomes a potential donor, and the donor comes to our website or comes into our office, and at that point we have to ask the donor to make a donation. So the ask is extremely important, and we spend a lot of time there, both on the left brain side doing a lot of data analysis with giving patterns, but also on the right brain side trying to understand an organization's vision for change and how that's written into their statement of impact. So for ask, it comes down to what am I asking my constituents to do? And am I asking them in a way that's direct and meaningful and impactful enough that they'll do it?